All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Outside the Cage podcast, episode 4. Great card last weekend. Arman and Gamra put on a show. That was a great matchmaking. Great job by matchmaking by Sean Shelby and Dana White. Those guys were about probably as even as you can get. We'll talk about the judging a little bit later, but overall, great card. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm gonna let Stacy let you kick off the card on kind of the review from last week.
All right. So starting off the card, we had a huge upset. We had Demopoulos beating Jinyu Frey. Throughout the fight, I thought Frey.
Did you agree with the decision?
No, not personally. I didn't agree.
It was close. It was
definitely a close fight. Yeah. That's the thing about it, though. When you get to the judges, you can't make it close.
You always are saying it. You cannot leave it up to the judges. You can't.
No.
Women's fights really kind of hard to finish. They don't have that power, but.
And we said if you watched last Wednesday, we said that we were looking at the underdog here. So, but moving on, Batista did a beautiful submission over Boom. Like I said, Boom was bringing the war. And look what happened.
Boom was great. We hit the under 2.5 on that fight.
Yep.
As well with Batista. That under 2.5 was live. It was plus money. I'm pretty sure, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was plus.
I'm pretty sure we hit it. I'm pretty sure we hit it at plus 100 odds.
It was like plus 100. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you just keep moving on, Stacey. I'm gonna let you kind of glide us through this one. I want to pull up, and I'll glide us through the next card, and you can just chill way back.
Definitely, cool. Definitely. So and then we had, my boy Bays. Maybe I should not have. He's taking some L's in life.
Like I said, Durden. The only thing that gave me Durden is Durden just got the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
Fighting Moicano last fight. Like you couldn't really tell how good he was, and from that fight, but I knew he was scrappy, and I know he's a tough dude. I don't agree with his call out. After the fight, you see who he called out?
Who did he call out?
Jeff Molina.
Ooh.
I mean, he's a state champion wrestler. Durden is, but I don't.
Molina gonna box him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Molina can box him up. All right. I agree. I got Durden on that fight, but I wasn't that confident. Me and you weren't really going back and forth too much of slam. Durden.
Yeah. We both said that we weren't confident in it. So
yeah.
But then Sergey Morozov, he did good against Paiva, won the decision. Like I said, he was going to wrestle him. He wrestled him.
Hey, that was a good fight. Paiva put up a fight. Underdog.
Yeah.
My best underdog didn't hit. Paiva was my best underdog for the week. He was looking good to that first round. I thought Paiva was going to dominate him through that first round just off the hands with those power shots. That
he was hitting him. He was hitting him with a couple shots.
And then Sergey's left hook just kind of started taking over. He was just catching him clean on the jaw, and he started using that wrestling like we predicted.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean,
that's all
it was a close fight. It was a close fight. It was a good fight. But yeah, I mean,
definitely a good sad for an underdog.
Underdog missed, but I know I got some issues with my best bet coming up later, and I'll get to it. But
yeah.
So
and then we had the Super Saiyan bout. It looks like Shali Yilan. He did what he needed to do over TJ. He made him look a little.
I mean, were you expecting Shailan to wrestle TJ that well?
No.
I wasn't either. That kind of really. He has a really good wrestling base, and I like that a lot about him. So
he reminds me of a little a wrestling version of a Sonya Dong in a way. I feel like he's going to get better. Being in the UFC more.
He needs to tighten up his defense, and he needs to tighten up how many looping shots he throws. But other than that, he was good. I mean, TJ was cracking him. He had him in some good positions. He just couldn't hold. My TJ by knockout prop did not hit. Was really upset about that. I thought he stunned him a couple times, but he could never really put the pressure on him to get it done. So, congrats to Shailan, and I mean, he did a great job. He really kind of put me on notice with that win to dominate.
Yeah, I like him. I'm gonna be looking at him.
When you put somebody when you beat somebody in their skill, what they're known for, that always impresses me.
And everybody, I don't know if this is why you need to get on the Patreon. I'm telling you, my over-unders for the night, they were hitting. I think I was up. What did I get to?
You were like 6-0 to start on over.
Yeah, 6-0. Like I had the T.J. Brown over. I'm hitting. I think that's 5 right there. Yeah, I was 5 for 5 right there.
That's a 16 parlay right there to start your night and then pay for the main card.
Come on, people. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying.
So
yeah.
And then we had my boy, my best underdog of the night, Carlos Ulberg. He Black Jag. He did his thing.
Carlos Ulberg won us some money last weekend. He was your best underdog. He was on my winners, obviously, but I also had him by KO. Did not think it was gonna be in the first round, but
City Kickboxing. You said it.
City Kickboxing. He's training with the best in the world, and he's only gonna get better as it goes on. They got a squad over there, dude. Him, Volk, Izzy, and Kai. I mean, those are. I mean, that's potentially 3 champions over there.
3 champs just in your corner. Like,
yeah, I mean,
just right supporting.
That's American top team level stuff right there.
Huge.
Yeah. So I mean, great fight.
Yeah, Tafon, we said, he was just used to fighting those bigger dudes, Carlos.
Well, Tafon didn't even really do much. I want to break down the fight a little bit more, but Tafon was like almost backing him down to the cage and
just chasing him.
I mean, he was chasing him, and I think he was looking for the power shot, and Ulberg literally caught him with like a jab that just clipped him on the jaw, and you saw his eyes go back.
Just roll back.
And you're like, all right, well, the good thing that I did like about Ulberg, though, is that he followed that stun up, which I didn't think he usually did in previous fights. He actually wanted to get out of there and finish it instead of just jabbing and picking apart like I had seen him do previously. So,
definitely, yeah. He was a lot more technical.
Yeah, a lot more technical and a lot more aggressive in trying to get out of the cage and finish the fight.
Yeah.
So I liked Ulberg a lot.
Moving on to the main card, we had my boy Chris Curtis, my best bet of the night. He came through. If you heard his corner was telling him, like, he's like, you don't be out here fucking shaking this guy's hand and giving him high fives. Stop doing that. This isn't your friend. He's trying to take half your money, man. You better go out there, win this fight. And he did what he needed to do. He fought dirty. He did not dirty, but he did his dirty fighting style where he gets close and just made it dirty.
Those body shots.
All that left to the body, he was tagging him with that. He was just wearing Vieira down. He did exactly what he needed to do. It just showed his fight IQ in that fight. Vieira was good though. He had some power. He had more power than I expected. He actually
his striking looked cleaner. His jab,
probably the best striking he's had.
The problem with that I've noticed with Rodolfo is like he's amazing. He's world class jiu-jitsu, right? But I mean, like I always said, fights start standing, and I don't think he has any wrestling. Chris Curtis does not have the best takedown defense, I don't think, and he did really well. He stuffed every single takedown. But, if we're going to be real, is Chris Curtis the best at takedown defense, or does Rodolfo just kind of suck at getting takedowns?
Yeah, I don't think he's the best. Like we said, though, I think Chris Curtis is good at it.
He is
just
because
he's hard to take down.
And he came in prepared. Like, you can't let a dude like that get anywhere close to you on the ground. Chris Curtis was prepared to do it. I'm just saying that Rodolfo literally does not have any wrestling, I don't think.
No.
I think he's all jiu-jitsu.
Just jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
A
great win by Chris. I wish Chris would have gotten a knockout. And like you were talking about from his corner, I thought Chris was being too soft with him at first. I really thought he underestimated Rodolfo's gas tank. And he was being kind of like light with him and being like, "Is this dude going?"
It looked like he wanted to take it a little longer. Yeah. He wanted to drag it out.
And then he took off in the third round, and you're just like, "Okay, this is what should have been happening." For the first 2 rounds of the fight.
Exactly.
But it's what it is. He pulled it out and got the job done. And I mean, in this sport, that's all that matters.
It's all that matters. Then we had Umar Nurmagomedov. He won. I was surprised that went to decision, but I mean, he beat him down the whole fight. So.
Man, I mean, it takes a lot for the dude that's getting beat down like that to just really hold on for 3 rounds. Like, it's got to be tough mentally. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
just know you're getting beat.
I know you're getting beat. halfway through the first round. And you just
can't do anything about it.
Can't do anything about it. He couldn't get back up, couldn't do anything, was getting kicked in the face with front kicks. Umar looked good. I want to see him have more style. I want to see him smash people. I want to see him submit people. I don't.
Yeah.
If he can't finish this, like he had the dude beat within the first 3 minutes of the fight.
3 minutes easily. So you saw him with it.
You gotta get him out of there, and you gotta if you want to be elite and run that division.
Follow your cousin.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to run that division, bro. I mean, the dudes at the top, they ain't gonna play around with you. Aljo's not gonna play around with you. Fucking Jan's not gonna play around with you. Corey ain't gonna play around with you. Like, they're gonna try to get you out of there, and that's what elite fighters do. Is like I said with Carlos, is I love that aggression to get him out of the cage.
Exactly, that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Then we had Thiago Moises with the submission in the first round. Great submission. We knew it was going under. Yes, sir.
I said that I was probably going to tail that prop that you mentioned on Friday's pod. And I hit.
You did it.
You hit all. You hit all. You called the under of the Moises. Yeah. You called the submission and straight. So all three of those.
I bet if you bet like $50 just on all three of those in that fight, you would have won like enough money for anything. Like, I mean, literally the only person that ruined me was TJ Brown. Like, I'm gonna be honest, everybody.
Armand.
Even on my best parlay. Oh yeah, Armand. We'll
get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
The Josh Parisian shock. Well, it wasn't really a shock because it was a pick'em fight. But that wasn't that good. We said that.
That fight.
I mean, I don't know how you survived.
Thank you for bringing that fight up. I don't like to be a keyboard warrior and be behind the screen and be like, how is this guy a UFC fighter, you know? But how are you a UFC fighter with that ground game, bro? That was the worst.
That was terrible. He just sat there and...
you were talking about Kay Hansen being that bad, and it wasn't that bad, but at least that girl had her back where it was a threat.
Yeah.
He didn't even
try.
He didn't even try. And I was
sat there and just was getting beat.
I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Did
he cracked Parisian. He had Parisian hurt. Like, he had him like about to go out in that first round.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
It doesn't. I was very shocked that an elite level dude like that. I felt like I just saw him give up. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Especially with the Paris card coming up. I thought he was really
You're not getting to Paris. You're not getting to Paris with that, buddy.
No.
You're not gonna get far with that in the UFC. You gotta try to get out.
I think he's done from the UFC after that.
Hey, he might be, but you need something to work on, buddy. I'm sorry, but I'm watching. We're outside the cage, but I'm telling you, buddy,
it didn't look like it was like a experience problem or like a. I don't even know if he has the technique. It just didn't look like he tried.
He couldn't even get.
It didn't look like he tried.
He didn't have the will to even get out after that second round.
So bad bet by us. I went with Bordeaux. So, but I knew that was a toss up, and I said it was either going to be. I thought it was going to be more swing, but I felt like it was going to be a really boring fight, and it hit the ground, and it was over.
It was over.
But yeah.
But, and then we had Shavkat. Shavkat, I was actually shocked because he actually did the submission this time. So he's just collecting the rings, bro.
I gave out that under on the podcast Friday, and I said
that was our lock. That was one of our lock. That was a prop.
I gave it out. I wanted to give a different best bet on the Patreon, but I said on the podcast Friday, under 2.5 with your life. Just like the week before, we said under 2.5 on Marquez and RoboCop. Under 2.5 with your life. So, I mean, it was sketchy. You're right. Very sketchy. I'll let you talk about it some more if you want. Those are beautiful work by Shavkat. Neil Magny didn't do much. He was kind of on his back the entire time.
He was getting beat senselessly.
Those up kicks kind of almost caught Shavkat, though.
Those are neat.
I mean,
he wasn't really doing much,
but if that's what you're going to rely on, he ain't going to get a job done.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, he ain't going to get the job done.
I don't really have much else to say about that. Shavkat did what he needed to do. got another finish. Congrats to
How
Shafkat.
tight do you think that choke was for Neil Magny to have to tap in the last 10 seconds? Because you know his corner had to have been screaming to him, right?
That shit was tight.
It had to have been going out.
Yeah. That was locked because I was like, Shafkat didn't even. I don't even think he attempted a lot of submissions that fight at all. Like that was.
I thought he had him in the darce and side control a couple times, but he kind of didn't really go for it. He let it go. So that's why I was really kind of surprised.
More of like a transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
main card time, right?
Moving. This is the main event.
Main event.
We had Sarukian and Gamra. Gamra, the gamer. We said he was a gamer. I mean, he says he's a gamer. You see, sorry. I think I'm gonna be honest with you though. That was another judge mishap. I think that may have happened.
I'll get to my side. I just want to let you talk for a little bit.
About
the actual fight that you saw, and I'll give you my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Sarukian, I think he definitely won. I forget. I didn't put it down, but I know he won round one. He won round two. Four. Yeah, and four. And I give Gamrot 2 rounds, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I mean, when you have 5-round fights, it gets tough when it's a close fight. A robbery is bound to happen. Like, that's the thing about it now.
Because the fight's so long that those early rounds don't mean as much, I think. And those late rounds, like
so once you get in those late rounds,
like the impression,
and it's if you going into the late rounds close,
that's what I'm saying.
It could be anybody.
The impression of Gamrot dominating, not really dominating, but winning the grappling exchanges between Sarukian
and doing enough,
Yeah. The problem that I have, and that was like I said, I wanted to let you talk, but so the problem I have with the fight was how they scored the 4th round. I don't care if one judge gives it to Gamrot, 2 judges give it to Gamrot, I think, because then it would even still be a draw at that point.
Yeah.
But all 3 judges giving the 4th round to Gamrot. Here, I'm going to pull up the stats just to read it to the podcast listeners, just so we can understand what we are dealing with here. So this is the strikes, and I'm going to read you off Sarukian strikes, I'm going to read you off Gamrot strikes. Total strikes in the round, Sarukian landed 22 to Gamrot's 12. Takedowns, yet Sarukian had 0 and Gamrot landed 2. Significant strikes, Sarukian had 21 and Gamrot had 7. So Gamrot didn't do much on the ground. And Sarukian had a knockdown in that round compared to Gamrot.
Damn.
And every single judge scored it for Gamrot.
That round is insane.
What?
Yeah, definitely. He won round 4.
That's what I'm saying. He hit him with that spinning back fist and knocked him down. And I'm just like, I saw the final scorecard and I couldn't believe it. I was like, that was the round they gave him.
I thought Arman won.
Yeah, I thought he won 1, 2, and 4, and that should have been enough. But like we were saying, the judges, they have the last impression of those final rounds, especially when it's close. And like I said, Gamrot was getting the better of the exchanges between Arman and him. So, I mean, I could see it. Like
he was keeping it close. He was doing what he needed to.
I don't want to take any wins away from fighters. So I'm gonna give props to Gamrot because that was great matchmaking. Those dudes were probably about as even as you could be, honestly.
Yeah, the odds are off.
If you just ask me who won the fight, I think Sarukian won the fight. I would give it to, but it was close. It was close. I just for judges to give all 4 or all round 4 3 judges to score it for Gamrot, that doesn't make sense to me. But
insane, bro.
But anything
that's
else?
all the fights.
Anything else you have?
No, I'm good on that.
All right, so total record, I think I went 8-4 on the week. So 8-5 last week, 8-4 this week, leaving me with a 16-9 record to 64%. So, I mean, not bad, not at all.
Yeah.
Stacey would.
Not at all. Did you have that for me?
Yeah, I got yours. So you are 15-10 on the overall 2 weeks of the podcast. So that leaves you at 60%. Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad.
You win 6 out of 10 fights every single time.
Yep.
So,
So all you need. Get more.
Hey, that'll make you money.
Not
make
AI.
You positive, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So all right. Let's hop into why we're really here. Is this 276 card? I'll kick it off, and then, like I said, I'll let you go ahead with this first one and kind of previewing what you think. We got my girl, one of my favorite girl fighters in the UFC. She's beautiful, Jessie Jess. I want to see how she does. What do you think about the fight?
Yeah, I think I like Jessica in this. I just want to see what she does. I think this is a good fight for her to showcase her talent, and I think the only thing Georgia probably has in this fight really is like an armbar. Well, anytime she fights, that's her main weapon is her armbar, and I just think that as long as Jessica keeps it striking, I think the side leans Jessica.
Well, she just wasn't. Yeah, I mean, like you said, that armbar from Georgia is nasty. So Jesse's definitely got to watch where she goes on her
the ground.
Yeah,
I don't think she should go on the ground at all.
Well, honestly. Yeah, I hope not. And the one time she wrestled, it was Angela Hill. I'm pretty sure, right? That's who she was fighting.
Yeah,
and
I think so.
But that fight, she was coming off of her ACL injury, and like she didn't want to really strike. At least that's what I've heard. So, I'm looking to see her kind of get back to that more tenacious fighter, get blood on her, maybe use some of her Muay Thai.
I think it was Jocelyn Edwards.
Jocelyn Edwards.
Yeah.
And, so, I mean, she only wrestled her, but like I said, it was off a knee injury. I kind of want to see her get back to her kickboxing. Right now, I'm going to take her. Like I said, she's one of my favorite fighters, so I'm going really kind of heart over head here. Hopefully I'm right with that. But, yeah, I think she's going to get back to her ways and pick up the dub by points, by decision. Not official yet, but...
Yeah, I like Rose Clark.
I'm putting that in right now. You like Jessica?
I like Jessie Jess.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Jessie's
UFC Harley Quinn.
As of now. Yeah, that's it. Hey, let's see.
All right, we got a good fight coming up in the women's flyweight bout. We got Macy Barber versus Jessica I. I don't like the odds on this one. I don't know if you checked out the odds. I don't like the odds on this.
Yeah.
Don't like the odds.
Yeah, the odds aren't. Yeah,
I never. How?
Minus 260 Macy, plus 200 Jessica.
And Jessica's ranked 5 spots ahead of her.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's kind of. I think it was the Manel Cop Rodrigo Botarin fight that I was saying that I didn't really like how those odds were because of this. Like I think it's all good, and it's like you can say Macy's a prospect all you want, but until it happens, I mean, Jessica is the number 10 fighter in that division. She has earned that spot. I'm going to go with my gut this week, and I'm going to say right now, I'm going to pick Jessica to beat her with the striking. I think Jessica honestly can beat her with the striking. Macy, if she decides to wrestle her and sticks to that game plan, Macy should win the fight for sure, and I can see why so many people are leaning on her, but I'm going to stick with my gut, kind of how I felt with Demopolis originally, where I was like, the line's too much, I don't like it here. And I'm going to take Jessica for right now.
Okay. Yeah, I completely, I can see that. I definitely can see that. I mean, they have a similar fight style. I would say Jessica and Macy like to kind of like grapple and clinch and keep it close and dirty box a little bit in their own fashion. I think that, like you said, the line is not appealing at all.
I don't think it's appealing at all.
I'm leaning in the I'm leaning in the future here, Macy. I think that she has the style to get it done, and maybe she can wrestle her, get her to the ground, and do what she needs to do. Like you said, I think Jessica will be able to strike with her, but I don't know. I just think Macy may just have enough to get it done. So yeah, I'm leaning.
I like the Macy pick. I like I said, the lines. So betting wise, Jessica.
Yeah, I'm not putting her on a parlay.
I'm not either. And I'm probably, if anything, I'm thinking about skipping this fight honestly, just because I don't feel comfortable either way, for real.
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah, I like the pick. Can't disagree with you there really on why you're taking it. I'm excited for this fight. I'm really interested to hear your opinion on this. So we got Andre Munoz versus Uriah Hall. What do you think, Stacy, about this?
Okay. Everybody, I like Uriah.
You're a Uriah fan.
I really think
you're a big Uriah fan.
Yeah, I am. I think he's a hard worker. I like his style. And my issue is Andre Munoz is really good. He's a submission artist. And Uriah's last fight, it was just who was it against? Sean Strickland. It was he got beat throughout that whole fight and just worked the whole way.
You saw me at Sean Strickland, and then it was that Chris Weidman leg thing, right? That was before
that. And then the Chris Weidman was before that. Yeah.
So we haven't really seen him fight in how many years? Because you can't really credit him with that.
That was 2021. 2020 against Anderson Silva, old Anderson Silva.
That's what I'm saying. So this is going to be really like 2 years since he's going to come. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling you on that.
I don't know, I like Andre Munoz. Yeah. I think Andre, especially if Andre Munoz gets him on the ground, I think
which should be the game plan.
Uriah is not going to be able to get up. All right, exactly. I mean, Uriah obviously has that one-hit KO power. He could do something like that.
Wild as well.
I'm just not seeing
something wild as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. I also am gonna be really thinking because of the line right here. I think it's minus 250, something like that.
Minus 300 Andre for me.
Holy! All right, so it's gone up.
Yeah.
All right, so for me, I might take Munoz by sub here. I really like the sub, and I don't think Uriah has I never really thought Uriah had a gas tank initially. So if he gets wrestled and it goes into that second or third round, I think it's definitely sub for Munoz. So I like your pick. I like Munoz. You always got to watch out for Uriah, though. I mean, he's dangerous. He's dangerous.
Yeah, you always have to watch out.
Like you were saying about Rodolfo, fights start standing. So he's gonna have to get him down. I think Munoz is way better. He was the one that broke. Yeah, I think he broke Jacre's arm, right? And that was from the clinch position. Like he was falling. And so I'm gonna take him by sub here.
Submitted Eric Anders.
Yeah. I'm going to take Munoz, and I'm going to actually throw in an early prop here. I might change my mind, but honestly, probably not. Munoz by sub. I love that. Love that this week.
I like that.
So, all right, you done with that fight? You good on that? So that's the end of the early prelims. So moving on to, we got a good fight to kick off the prelims. We got Brad Tavares versus Dricus du Plessis.
Ooh. Okay. I would really like this fight.
You want me to go, or you want to take it off?
I think you should start this.
All right, I'm going to take Brad. I think Brad is up and coming on the rise. He's got a lot of power in his kicks, which I love about him. He's very technical also when he fights. Now, I think du Plessis is a more well-rounded fighter. Like, he has probably better areas of his game, like his clinch, his ground game, his wrestling is probably better. But I don't think that Brad's going to be taken down very easily. I think Brad's quicker off the hands. I think there's more power in his kicks. And I think he's going to be able to at least make Dricus hesitate a little bit. Like, he's going to be hesitant to go in for that takedown, or he's going to be hesitant to load up on a hook, or he's going to be hesitant to load up on an overhand, and those jabs are just going to keep coming, and those body kicks are going to come, and those leg kicks are going to come. And I'm going to take Brad. I'm going to take him by decision. I think it's going to be a good fight. I don't see a finish here. But I'm going to take him by decision. Not official, but okay. Brad right now.
Okay. So I'm kind of leaning the side of Dricus du Plessis. I think that he might put in some work. I think he's a better striker. I mean, Brad. It's a great pick.
I think it is determined to see who the better striker is. I think it is very opinionated
yeah.
right
I want to
now.
look at these odds.
I think it's very opinionated right now, and so they get in there and we see because they're both good. My opinion is Brad has the advantage. Your opinion could be that Duplessis has the advantage, and and I can't say it's wrong.
I just think he has a knockout power. That's the thing, Drickus, and he's hot right now. If I'm not correct, looking at his record,
I will give you that, and that's what I was saying. I don't know if you noticed it. I did not say that he had the power in his hands. I said he had it in his kicks. Yeah. And I don't think that's where he wins the fight is with his hands. I think he's got to keep him away.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think his hands are really
that's
good.
What I'm saying. I was saying if he has...
I don't know how they match up, like, height and everything. 6 foot Drickus and Brad Tavares 5'11".
Even fight.
So it's not really much.
Like I said, I think Brad has the speed.
It's a close fight.
Drickus has the power. I think he's a more well-rounded fighter. But yeah, I'm banking on that he knocks him away and uses that kickboxing enough to keep him hesitant. And not if he starts unloading and it starts becoming a boxing brawl, I think you're right. I think maybe Duplessis gets a knockout.
Yeah. I'm gonna lean Duplessis early in a week.
I like it.
That's my side money line.
These are all amazing fights. This is the best card I've seen in a while. So
yeah, potentially Drickus by knockout.
Like that. I called decision. I don't. I can think. If Duplessis wins, I see a knockout. I can definitely see a knockout.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on, we got Donald Cerrone versus Jim Miller. One last ride for Donald Cerrone. What do you think, bro? I mean,
is this one more, or is he have like 2 more? He said he's doing like 40 fights, right?
I don't know. I mean, I hope this is his last one, especially if he gets beat. If he wins, whatever, it's his choice. If he wins, it's his choice. Especially because Jim Miller honestly hasn't looked bad since he had this whole resurgence.
No, he hasn't.
Can't remember exactly what he did, but didn't he have some problems going on? And then he got a different gym or something, and then I remember his last win that he got was that I was watching about arm.
I think this is Jim Miller's final fight.
Final fight too?
Yeah. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I think this is his final fight. This is 40th fight.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, so so one last ride for both.
Yeah, this is the last ride. His last fight, it looks like he knocked out some Eric Gonzalez.
Jim Miller?
That was his last
one. And then what was the fight that he armbarred the dude? He was a big underdog and he got a win by armbar. And that was the fight where he kind of just mentioned,
I think that was that Roosevelt Roberts.
That was when he kind of said he had a resurgence. I think Jim Miller is beating dudes that are more athletic, that are more talented right now than Cerrone. Cerrone is a crafty veteran. You can never count him out. But he just looks like he doesn't want to be in there anymore, man. He doesn't. He doesn't look. I love Cowboy. I was a Cowboy fan when he was younger. I still am a Cowboy fan. Would love to say what's up to him if I ever see him. He's cool. He's cool. So
he's cool.
But he just doesn't. He just has other things. I think he wants to be on his ranch. I think he wants to live out there, and I really don't think he wants to go through the whole. I think he likes fighting. I think he genuinely likes the competition. We were talking about last week of the Lizone fight before it got canceled. I said I just don't think he likes the process of going through the weight cutting and how bad it is at that age.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard process, definitely. I like Jim Miller in this fight. Like you said, he's just fighting the better dudes right now. But I do like these odds right now for Cerrone, if you're liking Cerrone. I think plus 160 are good odds to take him at, just because I feel like maybe he can make this competitive if he has that fire in him at all. But because, Cerrone has those knees, those elbows. He has submissions. He has some things of his own he could throw. Yeah, exactly. Crafty, very crafty. But I just think Jim Miller may be tougher, and I think he may be able to, make this fight where he wants it to be more.
I agree.
Or less.
I like the over on this fight a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think either of these guys are going to be trying to knock each other out. You know what I'm saying? Like they could if Cerrone falls. I don't think Jim Miller is going to be the one to fall from a Cerrone punch right now. But if Jim Miller catches him enough, but I really like over on this fight as well. All right, so next fight we got Ian Gary versus Gabriel Green. I'm gonna let you kick it off because I want to see where you go with this.
I mean, I like Ian Gary here, man. I think Ian is just really good. I think Gabe Green is also a good fighter, you know, but I think Ian Gary might be the future of this division, and I think his striking is really good. He's 24 years old. You put him against Darian Weeks, get a decision. Put him against Jordan Williams.
You remember Darian Weeks held him against
He's doing what he needs to do.
Pretty much a lot of that fight.
Yeah. But, like, if you look at the stats on here, like it says, Ian Gary landed 74 significant strikes to his 40. Like, and he had, 20 more strikes than him. So, like, you know, Ian's doing, he knows what he needs to do to win a fight. And like I said, I think his striking is just really, really good. Don't get me wrong, Gabe Green, this guy, if I'm not correct, this guy just came off a knockout. Yeah. He had a knockout in his last fight against Johan Lannes. And I think I had Johan in that fight. That's what kind of got me right now. So, hey, don't sleep on Gabe Green. I just think Ian Gary's going to come in this ready. Just ready for battle.
I agree.
You know.
I agree. I was leaning towards Gabe Green early in the week, and I was like, you know what? I think Ian Gary is going to correct what happened against Weeks. I think Ian Gary is going to not be held on the cage. He knows it's not where his strength is. I'm not sure if he's gonna. I'm not sure if Green is going to correct or really push the takedown as much as he should against Gary, and that could definitely be the difference. Weeks just abandoned his striking almost and was like, I'm going to clinch you up and we're going to drag this to decision. That's what Gabe Green needs to do. Yeah. Not sure if he's going to be able to do it. So, I'm going to take Ian Gary to correct his mistake and maybe look for an Ian Gary by knockout here. Seriously, on the prop. So, yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I like that Ian Gary by knockout also.
He wants to put on shows.
But like you said, if Gabe makes it competitive, he'll take it over.
Yeah, I mean, don't sleep on Gabe Green. This is not an easy fight for Ian Gary. This is kind of just the next level test for him. So if he can pass it with another knockout, he'll start fighting some elite dudes.
100%.
All right. Last fight of the prelims, we got Brad Riddell, First City Kickboxer of the night, versus Jalen Turner, the Tarantula.
City Kickboxing. Ooh, this is a good fight. Oh, God, this is a good fight. All right, I'll kick it off, man. So, starting this off, we know that the Tarantula is on a tear right now. He's been mowing through his opponents. Wait, let me pull. Sorry, guys, I'm pulling this off real quick. So we got Jalen Turner. Yeah, he just knocked out Jamie Malarkey.
Who was
in his
hot?
last
Jamie
fight.
Malarkey
Got a submission. Yeah, Jamie Malarkey was hot. Yeah, exactly. And he just got a submission over Uros Medish. Jalen, he looks good. His size is really good for this weight class. I think lightweight.
Bro, this is lightweight. But you've seen what he weighs on the scales after he weighs in, right?
Oh, he's like 180, isn't he? Or 170
180
or some shit
going
like
into
that.
the fight.
He picks up weight like a madman. Yeah.
So, that's massive.
That's huge
for lightweight.
But Brad Riddell, like I said, the city kickboxer, he's coming off. He has momentum in his gym right now. I mean, he just got knocked out by Rafael Fiziev. So, he might be coming back looking for vengeance. But what's his name? Quake.
Like Ulrich did.
Exactly, just like Ulberg. But this is a close fight. This is a close fight. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, Jalen Turner, 100%. The odds show minus 145 Jalen, plus 115 Brad. So they know it's a close fight. I think Jalen is going to use his size, see what the striking is like with Brad Riddell. If the striking is too much, he's going to take him down. Or he could potentially just have that game plan to take him down and looking for a submission. But I think Jalen's going to get it done on the ground.
Yeah, I really like that pick. I didn't know if you were going to go with the City Kickboxer or not. I was looking at it and I'm like, you know what? City Kickboxing's getting some wins, but this is not going to be one of them. They're going to start out the night, I think, with a loss. Jalen Turner's just too big, dude. He's too big. He's got the power. He's got the power over Tavares. Yeah. He's got, honestly, Tavares I think has the speed with the striking and he's got better kicks. But Jalen Turner has submissions and Tavares does not have any submissions. I don't think he's not really a threat from there. And that's a huge part of the game. It's mixed martial arts. So I like Jalen Turner. The combination of the size that I think he's going to come in. He's going to have the reach advantage. I think he's going to have the size advantage. He's going to have the power advantage, and those are three things that are leading me to a clear winner. Like I said, not going to say it's 100%, but I'm really liking Jalen Turner in this fight. I think that dude deserves to be top 15.
I think it's going under.
I don't know. I don't know.
Really like
over under could go either way. I like the under though because I think Jalen's going to get a finish. Yeah. When I have
2.5.
When
minus 145. But you might as well. I mean, exactly.
But yeah, Jalen Turner is going to be my pick. And so maybe Jalen Turner by sub. I also really like that prop. I don't know what that is going to come in.
Yeah,
but,
the prop is really good.
I'll get back to y'all on Friday with some props, and that might definitely be in there. All right, so into the prelims, bro. On to the main card, and you know what the first one is. We got Robbie versus Brian Barberino. I was kind of confused at this matchmaking. Of all the people that Robbie Lawler could have fight, why Brian Barberino? Are they setting Robbie Lawler up for a win, or is Brian just someone they really like? Because he fought well, I'm pretty sure, in his last fight.
Yeah. Oh, he fought great.
Who did he beat in his last fight? Because I didn't take Brian, and I was actually kind of upset that I didn't in the last fight.
I remember that. I didn't take him either. Who did he fight?
Matt Brown.
Matt Brown.
Yep. And that was a really good fight.
That was a close fight.
Yeah. So all right, I'll kick it off.
He did enough.
I think Brian comes away with this. I can't give Robbie any. I can't tell how much Robbie still has in him after that Nick fight. Nick didn't look like Nick. That wasn't a fight. I mean, that wasn't a brawl.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an advertising tool. Like that wasn't Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. And Matt Brown, I genuinely believe, still has heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, Matt Brown in that fight fought to the end.
Yeah.
Brian Barberino, how old is he? 26, 27? He's a young dude.
Yeah, I think he's somewhere around there. Wait, let me see.
Okay,
33, so he's 33.
Young, but he's in the peak of his, he's peak. Yeah. He's peak. So, I'm going to take Brian here just because I think he's going to have more of a gas tank. He's going to have more of a chin. He hasn't taken as much damage as Robbie Lawler. And the crowd's going to be going crazy for Robbie Lawler. I know that. It just might be a spoiler kind of night to kick off the main event. It could be a spoiler night overall because I know it's coming up next.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like that, man. I definitely think that this is a close fight. I think that it's going to be you got Brian Barberino going against another veteran in the game. I think Brian has really good grappling. I think he has really good, I think he has enough wrestling. I think his striking is pretty good. He showed that in that last fight with Matt Brown. He put 186 to Matt Brown's. Put 186 to Matt Brown's. I don't know what he had. 95.
Yeah, so it was 95. A high output fight.
I mean, it was a good fight.
Do you think Robbie Lawler is going to be able to throw 186 strikes? That's where it's getting me.
But this is where this is where I'm starting to think. I just feel like Robbie Lawler might come with a little tenacity here, man. I feel like Robbie Lawler is going to come. That Nick Diaz, he probably felt good after that. Robbie looked good.
He looked fine.
He just looked like
picturing that fight in my head. And I can't remember Robbie really landing a big shot on Nick that, took him down. It kind of was like Nick just fell. But
I mean, he knocked him out.
Like, but Nick folded.
So,
I mean, like
you mean like in general,
shot, and it was almost like Nick kind of folded. Like it wasn't the Nick that we used to know, where he was just a warrior, could take shots, get up, get back. And you saw Robbie after the fight come up to him and be like, "You good in life, bro?" Like he's.
Yeah, I think Robbie felt.
Yeah,
do you think Robbie felt bad for him though in that fight? Like I don't think Robbie wanted to like slaughter this man and just be like, because Nick looked bad out there, man. Like that was one of the worst fights like
and he's
we
old,
ever seen.
Old, but still, there's still that like in you, like I said, Matt Brown still has that warrior in him to like, all right, it's the third round. I'm tired as hell, but I'm gonna swing my ass off until the horn goes off. Nick didn't.
Like Robbie's 40 and he looked like a 30-year-old.
Yeah, against Nick,
like he looked good for his age.
I said, I can't tell. That's
I mean, against Nick,
I can't tell really right now. Like this will be a big fight for me to tell.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lock it. Yeah, this is no lock
right now. I could easily come back Friday and be like, you know what? I watched some Robbie Lawler highlights. I'm going with him. So,
yeah, me too. I could do that about Brian. Like that's the thing is Brian. The way I can see him winning is just doing enough to look better to the judges and just to
like I said, I don't see Robbie throwing. If he doesn't knock him out, I don't think he'll be able to keep up with the pace of 180 something strikes. I just don't see it. All right, so next matchup we got Pedro Munoz versus the Sugar Show Sean O'Malley.
War. I'll kick this off. I'll kick this off.
Go ahead.
So we got Sugar Sean. I mean, Sugar Sean, we all know what he's going to do. He's a striker. He's going to keep it technical. He's going to use his length. He's going to tap, jab, straight you. He's going to start kicking you. He's going to throw kicks, mix it up. He's going to throw feints. He's going to switching stances. Like he's going to be ready for war. Like he's trained. He looks like he's energized right now. He's been in the gym a lot. Like he's ready. The only way I can really see Pedro, not the only way. I'm gonna say this: Pedro, if he strikes with Sean, if he decides to strike, he needs to leg kick him.
Agreed.
1, I think, and 2, I think he needs to stay close. I think if he stays close on Sean and doesn't let him use his length to his advantage or to Sean's advantage, I think that Pedro can be a little dangerous. But we can all agree that Sean is the better. He's
definitely the more creative striker. Not sure if he's better
100%,
yet.
100%.
Because all right,
better, yeah, exactly.
I do like Pedro as a dog. These odds are too far. These odds are too far.
Plus, well, that's the Shug.
It's a Shug tax, and that's what I'm saying.
So
like,
that's all I know. Yeah.
Let's remove the Shug tax. These odds are way too far. I think Pedro, like you said, leg kicks are key. Shug knows that's probably what a lot of people are going to try to do. Have you watched any of the Embedded yet? They're actually talking a lot about how good Shug is on the ground. And I'm just like, I don't know if that's like just hyping it up or whatever, but...
See, that's one way I could see Pedro winning
by wrestling him. I think Shug, because Shug has been competing in jiu-jitsu competitions with UFC fighters. I just don't think he showcases it.
Pretty sure.
I'm not saying he has great jiu-jitsu. I'm just saying we've never seen it, and I think if Pedro takes him down, we could be surprised in what Shug has in his get-ups. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like everything you said. One thing really worries me in this fight about Shug with Pedro, and it's after what I watched in Pedro's last fight against Dominic. I don't think Shug's ever been hit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Shug has never been caught to the point where he's been in trouble. He had that leg kick by Marlon, and he kind of, he couldn't stand after that. So, but he wasn't even stunned. Like he didn't take much damage in that fight. He got hit with a big elbow on the ground a couple times, but the ref stopped it. And, he was done after that leg kick. So, if Pedro catches Shug with the same punch that he almost knocked out Dominic with, I'm not sure how Shug reacts because I've never seen it in his entire career. So, I think Pedro has the advantage. in the power for sure. I don't think Shug has the power over Pedro, honestly. I think he has the precision, which can lead to power and lead to knockouts. But I'm gonna take Shug right now because I think he'll be creative enough. It's not in the apex, so like you said, with Pedro needing to close the distance, Shug's gonna have a bigger octagon to work with, so he'll be able to move around more. I like Shug here. Yeah. I also really like the over of this fight. I think this is one fight that Shug doesn't finish. I think Pedro is smart enough to avoid the knockout and at least take it close to judging. You know what I'm saying? So I like the over here, and I like Shug so far. I'll give him my official pick Friday though, because I can come back.
Yeah, me too. I'm leaning. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And Chad, I'm leaning Pedro here, but I'm likely to change by Friday. But I'll keep you guys updated. But I'm leaning Pedro slightly here.
That's like I said, that's not a bad. I like that. I like your stabs on this card because you're going with like what you feel on the lines. Like you know that Pedro's not this bad of a fighter. I know Pedro's not this bad of a fighter. Like I mean,
exactly.
Shug was a lot, but I mean, what is he right now? Is he close to 300?
Shug is minus.
So I mean,
290. Yeah.
Another 100, and you're at Chris Martino level. You know what I'm saying? Like that Shug wasn't that big of it. So I don't think Shug is that much better than Pedro. So I like that stab. Just picking my winner, Shug, and then I like the over a lot. Also going to keep an eye on that Shug by knockout prop. That's probably going to be pretty hot as well. Just anytime Shug fights, that's always hot. So done with that one. Split on that one, but I think me and you both kind of agree that Pedro is a threat for Shug.
He's a huge threat. Yeah.
The hardest fight right now, for sure. All right, love this fight as well. Yeah. I'm hoping for a lot of violence on this fight. We got Sean Strickland versus Alex Pereira. You want me to kick it off, or what you want to go first? All right, cool.
You can kick it off.
Sean Strickland proved to me what really kind of a fighter he was in his last fight against Jack Hermanson. Sean Strickland talked a lot in that last fight against the Jack Hermanson. Like, not in the cage, I'm talking outside the cage. He talked a lot about saying he wanted to brawl, he wanted to do this, he wanted to do that. When Jack started swinging, he was running away. And then at the end of the fight, he did this in the middle of the cage like he was a tough dude. And it's like, Jack was swinging at you the whole fight for 5 rounds. Why didn't you give him a brawl? And so I think Sean Strickland is a savage. But when Sean Strickland starts getting hit and he's not able to walk you down and jab you, he's going to start backing up. And when you start backing up against a kickboxer like Alex Pereira, you don't get knocked out. So I'm going to lock in my pick on a Wednesday. Alex Pereira by KO. He's going to, because him fighting on the same card as Izzy, man, he's going to make a statement. He's going to make a statement.
He's going to inspire him, yeah. Did they do that? No, they didn't do that his last fight.
And then that call out is coming.
I mean, I like that.
Him up at 4. Sean Strickland is number 4 fighter in that division, so they know.
Yeah.
So they don't do this for no reason. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, you bring up a good point with that, saying that Pereira is going to be inspired because Izzy's on this card. He's going to be really inspired. We got Sean Strickland. I think he's very experienced. I think he's a more experienced fighter here, or a UFC fighter. I think that if Sean Strickland can take off in his, walk you down, beat you down style, he's a boxer. So if he can, but I don't think he can box.
That's what I'm saying. Do you see
he's
somehow Sean Strickland just walking the Pereira down? That's what I'm saying, and that's Sean's path. And that's exactly.
I think Sean is going to have to wrestle. If he can wrestle Pereira, okay, but I think Pereira is just too
and then
talented.
watch that uppercut, watch for that
knee,
watch for that flying knee when you shoot in for that takedown, because that dude is
flying
IQ
knees,
level like
roundhouses.
striking. He is elite in kickboxing.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I'm leaning Pereira in this fight. I don't know for sure if it's going to be a knockout yet. It could be. I think it's I'm taking a
shot here, or, but that's really what my gut is telling me, is that Perez is going to put on a show and he's going to be inspired. That call out's going to be right there
do it.
For him. He's going to have, what is he? Let me see, what is he?
The storyline is right there.
2 fights below Izzy. So you know Izzy's going to be warming up in the back, watching the fight, and then, and you can see it.
Just watching him. Yeah.
So, storyline's there. I'm going to
storyline is there.
I'm gonna lock it in. Pereira by knockout. Is that 2.5 rounds? I bet you it's 1.5. Yeah. All right. So
it's 1.5.
So they kind of see it. They can kind of see a finish coming. Yeah, I'm not going to take the over-under on that. It's kind of sketchy. I could see Pereira doing it in the second round and kind of piecing him. Because Sean Strickland, I think, is a warrior, and he's going to take some damage before he goes out.
Yeah.
So, but Pereira by knockout for me. You just got Pereira as of right now?
Yeah, I'm going to just take Pereira.
All right, now let's get to the championship fights. We got Alexander the Great Volkanovski versus Max Blessed Holloway. Floor is yours, my friend.
All right. So these two have fought twice already. Max Holloway, he fought him in 2020, and then we have Volkanovski edgeweight decision. I thought it was a good fight. I think I had Max in that fight, I'm pretty sure, when they first fought. But Volkanovski just proved himself too durable, and he just showed what he had to do. He was throwing calf kicks, and then he was throwing a few takedowns in there. Like I said, he was just doing. He had more of an arsenal than Max. In the second fight, they fought, and they did. Wait,
it was 20.
Sorry, guys. I'm looking at the wrong fight. So the first fight, it was a very close fight, but Volkanovski edged the decision in a 5-round fight. The one I'm talking about, yes, it was in 2020. That was when he threw the calf kicks. That was when he started laying the takedowns later in the fight. And that's what it comes down to. I thought Max won.
Max won the first fight.
Maybe 2 rounds of that fight.
But
the first fight was the closest. That was the closest fight
with Gamra and Sarukian, and I was like, it was very close. That fight, I legitimately cannot say Max won it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he won it. I know Sarukian won that 4th round, and it blows my mind how they gave it to him. I don't know if Max legitimately won it. I think he won it, but it was so close that I could see how you judge. Like, there wasn't a definitive knockdown like there was in the Sarukian that I could be like, that was the reason he won it. I couldn't tell. So I thought he won it, but
it was a close fight.
Volk for me definitely won the second fight. It definitely won.
Max won the first fight in my eyes also. I mean, I remember watching it and I thought he won it. But like you said, Volk just did enough in this second fight where I think Volk is going to do that possibly in this fight too.
If Volk beats him 3 times, bro, he owns his bloodline.
Yeah, but I think it's not bad for if you take a stab on Max at plus 160 because you're not going to get him.
If you're going to take a stab on Max, it has to be straight, or it has to be your final leg of your parlay, so you can fade out on Volk. That has to be your only option. Because I'm not taking
put in
Max
a parlay just
my
in the
final
middle.
leg, or it's straight, because I don't want to have that going into the Izzy fight that could possibly ruin my night. I'm not trying to do that. So from my perspective, I agree so much of what you said. Volk, that dude is a freaking animal. He is a workaholic in terms of mixed martial arts. Max is blessed, and he's a streamer. Let's be honest. He likes the game. He's a savage. He's a performer, and Max is one of my favorite UFC fighters. And I mean, right now, I can't deny that. But everything that Volk does, like, it's so high IQ in fighting, and it's so like, it's just so like it seems like he's practiced everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's taken Max up top. He can do that. He can get out of a Brian Ortega tight guillotine. What position can you put Volk in that you're just like, I don't know if he can handle that? Not many. Like, not any at all. Many. It's like, if once you survive a T-City guillotine and once you survive 2 fights with Max Holloway standing up, you've earned my right to say, I need to see him lose before I pick someone else. Because he's training at Tiger Muay Thai now.
Yeah.
And he's with City Kickboxing. That's what Jan.
Tiger Muay Thai.
Hamzat. That's what Izzy. You know, that's what I'm saying. Not Thai, but that's like all of his training partners. Yeah, it's all of his training partners.
Yeah. City Kickboxing. Yeah, that's just Australia. Yeah.
I think he knows too much. I think he had the more well-rounded fighter in this fight is Volk. And that's why I'm going to take Volk. The past 2 times I've taken Max. And heart over head, I'm taking Max. Head over heart, I'm taking Volk. So I'm taking Volk because he's a harder worker, and I think he prepares too much, dude. I think he's too high IQ, and I don't think Max is going to have anything that he didn't throw at him in the first 2 fights that Volk won't be ready for. So that's my opinion on it.
I agree.
Anything else to say? You have any props you like in this, or? I like over.
Not right
over
now.
on this
not
as
right
well.
Now.
I think it's definitely. I think it's a decision fight. These are 2 of the top
pound
for pound. That's what I'm saying. These are the top
pound
for pound guys in the world. They're going to be very cautious because they know how much of brawls it's been. So I think they're going to be cautious. All right, now for the main event. You got Israel Adesanya versus Jared Cannonier. I'm gonna let you go with this one again. I want to see where you go with this. I'll tell you this. Right. I don't like the odds on this again. They give it an Izzy tax now.
Yeah, the odds are very high for Izzy. Yeah, Izzy tax, 100%. All I'm gonna say on this fight is, I think, what did they say? This is gonna be like Naruto and Sasuke. This fight. I mean, I think Jared Cannonier's kind of hyping himself up a little bit too much with that. I think it's going to be definitely a good competitive fight. I think Cannonier obviously has the power to just
end Cannonier Izzy. Yeah, go ahead.
But Izzy is just... Izzy is just too... He's just too much for Cannonier. Honestly, I think Cannonier... Izzy can... He's the better striker, 100%, which is what Cannonier does. Izzy, all he has to do is keep him on the outside. If he keeps Cannonier on the outside, I think Izzy's going to win this fight. And he can win it by any fashion he wants. Either by knockout or he can drag on the fight. And it's a bigger octagon for Izzy to work in. The only dangerous... Well, it's not even... I mean, obviously, the only dangerous thing for is if Cannonier lands a good big shot on Izzy. Because he's not going to out-wrestle Izzy unless he comes out there and wrestles Izzy, which would be shocking. And if he's been working on it, good for him. But I'm not picturing that in my head right now that he's doing that.
Body lock and then Cannonier fell onto him. Yeah, like it wasn't even really
fell onto him and then elbowed him.
It was more like a counter to Brunson's takedown. I agree with you right here. So everyone that they've been throwing like these massive power dudes in front of Izzy, and I don't think that these guys are even close to Izzy's like level in terms of striking. The power can match because anybody can get knocked out, right?
There's not a lot of people close.
Like I said with Pereira, I think Pereira's going to get the win, and then he's going to be the fight. Do you remember how Izzy got knocked out by Pereira? So he got caught with a head kick.
I remember the knockout.
And you can probably visualize this when I start saying it. Izzy in those Paulo fights and that Yoel fight. The Yoel fight was weird. kind of exclude that. But it was a bunch of leg kicks. And when they start to come in on him, it's like Izzy's so fast that it's like, all right, I'm going to rush you real quick, but then he's going to be beside you and he's going to be able to circle out of the cage. He's faster than Dominic almost in that way, like prime Dominic almost in that way, where he circles out almost when you're throwing the combo. And I don't think that Cannonier has the speed to catch Izzy or throw him off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't see Cannonier catching Izzy with a fast high kick.
Yeah.
That he's not doing that. So I think Izzy's going to have the speed advantage. Kicks, like, which if Izzy has the speed advantage, I think he's about going to beat anybody right now. And that's what makes Perez such an interesting fight, is that I'm not sure if he 100%. Does. I don't know. He might. I don't know. So I'm going to take what's the over under on this fight?
It's 4.5.
Does Izzy piece him and get a finish?
I kind of like the over. I mean, if Cannonier brings the fire, but I think Cannonier's going to be a little smart. I think he might be a little hesitant, and he might watch out because he doesn't want to get clapped by Izzy. That's going to be a long night then, bro, because if we're going to have Max and Volk go over, and then we have Izzy and Cannonier go over, that's 50 minutes of fighting. Just that. Yeah. Just that.
So,
that's insane.
I'm here for it. Hey. I'm here for it. I'm fine with it if it goes over.
But it's 4.5. That means
I'm wondering if Izzy's just tagging him up, doing a little bit, and then like he gets clipped like that Paulo shot where it didn't seem that hard, but Paulo just fell and Izzy got in top mount and just started beating the mess out of him. So yeah, I'm gonna take Izzy. I don't like the odds on this fight. I probably might go Izzy, maybe by decision if I'm gonna take a prop on this. So I like Izzy by decision. Possible knockout, but I don't see it coming early. I see, like you said, Cannonier being safe, and Cannonier is gonna pick his shots as well. And if Cannonier is smart, he should be really careful about where he wants this fight to go. Like, he needs to acknowledge, like, I need to clinch Izzy up a little bit and make it uncomfortable. Not let Izzy get into his flow of I'm picking you apart and I can do whatever I want from here on out.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that. I think I'm gonna side my official pick on this Izzy by decision.
Locking it in.
But like you said, I said, I'm not gonna lock it in right now. But I definitely am leaning the over on this 4.5 side. That's really what I'm leaning. So yeah, we'll take Izzy by decision.
All right, so that's the entire card for us today. We broke everything down. Make sure to like and subscribe. We appreciate everybody that's been watching these videos. Keep supporting. We love you guys. We're trying to give you guys picks for the MMA community. We want y'all to do well just as much as we want us to do well. Hit that Patreon. Subscribe. We get our picks up usually every Friday, usually around our video after it drops. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know how are we going to do it this week?
I should talk about that. So this week we are kind of going to have a hectic Friday flying into Vegas. So we might actually have a podcast on Saturday morning. Keep in touch with our socials, and we will let you know if we're going to do that Saturday morning. Like you said, we'll have the link of the Instagram and Twitter in the description.
Yeah.
But yeah, this will be our last podcast from here until we are out in Vegas Friday. Yeah, cannot wait to be there. Hopefully, if there's any fans of the podcast that are going there, comment down low, and maybe we can hit you up and we'll see you out there. But yeah, besides that, everybody have a good week, and we'll see you at 276. Stacey, you got anything?
Yeah. I don't have anything. I guess thank you for the support, everybody. Thank you for everybody that follows up with us every week. We appreciate it. Like he said, like and subscribe. That will do so much if you just like our video. For every watch we get, if we get a like, it would be amazing. We're going to keep pushing content out.
Watch out for the next video. Like I said, the socials, it'll be up. We'll let you know if we have a Saturday episode or if we're going to continue like we usually do on Friday. But we'll let you know about that. All right. See you guys later. All right. Ready for Vegas, bro? Let's go.
Ready for Vegas. It's time.